Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on the music of Trinidad and Tobago.
But maybe not the ones you first think of, like calypso or steel pan.
Exactly. We're digging into parang. It's this really vibrant folk tradition.
Absolutely. We're looking at, what it is, its roots, and how it's changing.
So parang, the name itself comes from Spanish parranda.
Right, meaning like a spree, or maybe more accurately, serenaders going around.
And what's surprising is the season. It's not just Christmas week.
Not at all. It's huge. We're talking mid-October, sometimes even late September, running straight through to January 6th.
Epiphany, or Liwa. That's a long time for Christmas music.
It is, and it's tied to the core ritual, the parranda.
The house-to-house serenade, that's fundamental.
That's the heart of it. Now, where did it actually start? That's where things get interesting. The sources point different ways.
Yeah, I saw two main ideas. One is Spanish missionaries, way back.
Right, the Capuchins using it maybe for teaching Christian ideas between, say, 1498 and 1797.
Okay, and the other theory?
Venezuelan migrants. The Cocoa Españols. Late 18th, 19th century, they came over and really kept the tradition alive, even after Spanish rule ended, made it flourish.
So it's less like one or the other, more of a blend.
That seems to be the consensus among ethnomusicologists, yeah. Spain might have planted the seed, maybe the religious framework.
But the connection with Venezuela kept it going, gave it its Trinidadian character.
Precisely. That constant interaction was key for the form we recognize today.
And you can really hear that mix in the sound itself.
Oh, definitely. The foundation, instrument-wise, is the Venezuelan cuatro, that small four-string guitar.
But it's not just Spanish, right?
No way. You get Amerindian influences in the percussion. Think maracas.
What's it called, chak-chak or shak-shak
Yeah,
there?
exactly. And then, critically, there's the African rhythmic input, that syncopation, that drive.
Leading to instruments like the box drum.
Or the box bass, yeah. It's a proper creolization of sound, really gives it that bounce.
What I found fascinating was the structure of the traditional parranda. It's not just random singing.
No, it's very disciplined. It follows the nativity story. Starts with the serenal.
The song at the door, right, to announce you've arrived.
Yep. And it wraps up formally with the despedida, the farewell song.
And the main religious songs, the aguinaldo and nacimiento, they have a specific rhythm.
Predominantly, yeah. That lively 68 time. Compound duple. Very characteristic.
And there's also the galeron. A bit different.
Oh, yeah. Much longer, more poetic, complex. And if you want the real deal, the traditional house-to-house experience.
Paramin. That's the place, the sort of mecca for it.
That's what the sources say. It's the heartland for traditional parranda.
Okay, so that's the tradition. Spanish language, religious themes, specific structure. But then came the tension.
Suka parang, late 70s, early 80s. Think crazy, singing Francine.
Right. This is where it fuses with soca.
Totally. Takes those parang rhythms, but ramps up the energy with Trini soca. Big shift.
And the context changes too, right? Traditional is community, spiritual.
And in Spanish, soca pactarang, often English lyrics, secular themes, and yeah, much more commercial. Hits the radio, fêtes.
Which leads to that debate you always see. Is it diluting the tradition?
Well, traditionalists worry about that. Losing the Spanish, bringing in things like steel pan. Does it weaken the heritage?
But on the other hand,
it keeps the music alive and relevant across the whole country, which is very diverse, multi-ethnic. It makes it accessible.
So it's a survival mechanism, in a way.
You could say that. And groups like NPT, the National Parang Association, they work on this. They try to preserve the core tradition.
Like with the Junior Parang Festival, keeping the language, the history for the next generation.
Exactly. It's about balancing preservation with evolution.
So, wrapping up, parang really is this unique marker of Trinidad's Spanish Creole past.
Held together by that cuatro sound and the whole community spirit of the parranda.
And the traditional forms, like the galeron or aguinaldo, they carry so much specific linguistic and religious weight.
They really do.
Which leaves us with a thought, In a world that loves fusion, where something like soca parang gets all the airplay because it's commercial, how vital is it for communities to actively, institutionally protect those very specific traditional forms from just getting swept away?
It's a tough question. How do you protect heritage without freezing it?
Something for you to think about. We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.